What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Little weird that we're talking Pack 16 channel points and custom players, but we're sitting here looking at the Yukon Huskies logo, right? It's a little weird. This is way back in a Dynasty file that I used, that I was playing with back in like July. Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything that's happening with the Pack 16 right now, so I'm not getting into that save file, so we're going to work on this video through here. Hope that makes sense. But I want to talk to you guys about channel points, how to use them, how to upgrade your players, how to buy rename players, that type of thing. So let's get into it without further ado. If you want to buy a player, it's going to cost you channel points. Goldie, you talk about channel points all the time. What are those things? Well, I will tell you. Channel points you can find right here. This is a Google sheet, a Google spreadsheet that I've linked many different times in Discord or on videos and descriptions, things like that. This is where you will find if you have channel points at all. It is listed alphabetically. So if you've played in things like the GGBL live stream contests, or if you've played in Pack 16 Bowl Mania, if you've played in the Fantasy Challenge for Pack 16, anything, right? If you've played in any sort of contest on this channel from way back in 2020, even back in 2019, back in the XBA days, if you've played in channel points, they're still valid, they're still here. I've still got you listed. There's a bunch of people that I don't hear from anymore, like Burgaz or, let's see, Colt Man. He's got over 1,000 channel points. I don't hear from this guy anymore. If you've ever been involved in this channel, you still have channel points. I'm still awarding. Most places will say you're denied. We don't have any record of you here anymore. But you can see just like Elijah Bond, $2,000 worth of channel points. Like, there's a lot of custom player potential here, guys, if you would cash these things in. So again, that's how you earn channel points. You're involved in the channel. I offer these things up every now and then through live streams or through Google Forms and questions and stuff like that. So how do you go about using them? Well, let's go ahead and look at this redemption chart. This is what you guys need in order to see, like, how do I go about buying a player? Since this game doesn't allow you to create custom players, you have to rename a freshman. And this is exactly why I don't go about showing you guys the recruiting classes or the recruiting battles throughout the regular season with all of our Pack 16 teams. It loses a little bit of interest, a little bit of luster there. You want to see the recruiting battles and who we're going up against and who's going to win this prospect and all this. I get that. I understand that completely. I would have loved to do it that way. But you know what I love more? I love getting you guys involved in the series. More than just that, you know? And I feel like if we were, I'm going to go back to this little spreadsheet here in a second. I feel like if we went and covered, let's just say we were here in this Yukon Dynasty, right? And I got all these freshmen that have come in. If I'm pounding Cortez Keys in videos, or if I'm pounding Ray Kohler, that sounds weird, Dontre Moncrief, Klutz, Fraboni, Metz, if I'm continuously talking about these guys on the recruiting trail, you're going to get familiar with these guys. Like, at that point, it doesn't make sense to rename them, because then you're going to wonder, like, well, what happened to Thad Metz? We've been talking about him for weeks, right? Now he's Doug Gold. What happened to Thad Metz, right? So it doesn't make sense to rename those guys at that point. But I value you guys getting involved in the series more so than a pixel person battle on the recruiting trail. So if you got channel points, which again, a lot of you guys do, a ton of you guys have a bunch of channel points, and you know what? I might as well put these up for grabs. You know, people that I don't hear from anymore, I might as well put them all into a pool of like dormant subscribers, dormant viewers, and you guys can fight over the channel points that are remaining. So let's just say that you've got this chart here. It's going to cost you 300 channel. If you find a team has a 75 plus overall freshman that you really like, and you can spend 300 channel points on them, you want them, right? You want to go get them. It's going to cost you 300 channel points, right? So in this instance, let's go back to the Yukon roster. Remember, It was 75 plus overall freshman. This guy's a perfect example. Josh Fraboni. He is an 83 with bonuses, with little boosts to his overall. He's coming in, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, as a 78 overall freshman. This guy, if you wanted to rename him, he would classify as a 300 channel point renamed freshman. So I'm going to show you what we can do here. So all you would need to do is you would need to tell me, Goldie, I want that Josh Fraboni guy, right? So we're going to enter in here, and we're going to go over to Edit Player. And as you guys know that have this game, you can't edit the appearance. You can't edit the skin tone. You can't edit the hairstyle. You can't edit the facial hair. Nothing like that. Appearance is a little bit misguided, right? It's misleading. Sorry, it's misleading. You can only change the height, weight, arms, and thighs. That's it. Nothing else as far as appearance goes. You can change the gear, so if you guys do know the type of gear that you want, and you know that it's pairable, because I know some of the face masks only go with certain helmets and stuff, but if you know exactly the type of stuff that you want, I can go the extra distance for you and make that happen. But basically, you give me a first and last name. We'll go ahead and change that. And now we get to the player upgrades, okay? So player upgrades, that's a whole different animal. You can upgrade your player one time per off season. So as you can see, like, we're only going to probably have these guys for it's basically 3 off seasons. When they come in as freshmen, sophomore off season, junior off season, and maybe if they don't declare for the NFL draft, maybe they're out for their senior year, you would get a 4th opportunity to upgrade. It's going to cost you, as you can see from this redemption chart here, 50 channel points to get back 20 attribute points, which you can only max out one attribute by 5. So let's go back here to Josh Fraboni real quick and see how all that works. So I would basically just need a way to send you like a unlisted video or something, whether that's through channel comments on a video, or if that's your email address, or if I can do it through Discord. That's probably the best way to do it, through Discord. If you guys don't have it, maybe you have an X account, I can DM you there. Just some way that we can communicate here to make this happen. But basically, I would slow scroll his statistics or his attribute scores for you, his ratings, and you would tell me, Goldie, I want 5 to jumping, right? Boom, 5 to jumping. I want, since he's a linebacker, I want 5 to strength, right? I can't go +6 because the rules are you can only do it +5. You have 20 to spend. I've used 10 so far, right? I've done it to strength, and there was something else down here that I used it. Probably jumping. Strength and jumping +5, that's 10. I have 10 attribute points left to spend, right? So that's an example of how to upgrade a player. Again, you can do this for every single one of your custom players that you have in the series, one time per off season. So that's how you can do that. You can buy a rename player one time per off season. I'm not, even though you have a bunch of channel points to spend, I'm not going to allow, all of these different teams, and I'm not going to have you guys have 5 different players, every single season. It's crazy, right? So just do 1 per player per season. You can upgrade. Let's say you have a bunch of people here in the series. You can upgrade them 1 time per off season. Now, specifically, where do you decide? How do we decide where you go? Let me show you how that works. Okay, so you can't just say that I want to go to UConn. You can't just say that I want to go to Fresno A&D, right? So how this is going to work is you tell me if you want to buy a renamed freshman, and you say, Goldie, I want a 60 to 69 overall player, and say, well, you might end up finding that the team that you land on with the wheel spin might have a 75 plus. So maybe you want to just hold off there, bucko. So if you go to this wheel of names, right, this is where we're going to be. This is how we're going to do this. You will give me a list of 5 teams that you want to join. You could potentially join. For example, we'll just have Fresno A&D, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, blah, 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 blah. Right? We got a wheel spin. I will spin the wheel, and wherever that lands on, and in this example, it is Albuquerque. So you are going to the Albuquerque Arrows. From that point, I will also be sending you an unlisted video and a slow scroll. Let's just imagine that this is Albuquerque, of all of their freshmen that you could potentially rename. Not the freshman red shirt, guys. Not with the RS. Just the pure freshman listed right here. You can choose anybody you want. I will let you know if there's anybody off limits. But if you find a guy here that fits, like within that range, right? If you find this guy like Josh Fabroni, again, as an example, you say, whoa, I want that guy. Is that guy renamed yet? And I say, no, he's available. You want him? You can take him. He's going to cost you 300 channel points, though, plus another 50 if you want to upgrade him right here, right now, right? 350 channel points total. Is it worth it? Well, let's see what his dev trait is. He's a normal. That is also part of the game. I can't tell you what his dev trait is. It's all luck at that point. So you've got a wheel spin element to it, which is luck. And you've also got a luck element to it with the dev trait reveal. So basically, custom players, I don't think even having this in this series is going to break the series, where you've got custom players all over the place. You got people being able to upgrade those guys not naturally through the game's progression, right? You can force upgrade people, change their ratings and stuff. I think that loses a lot of like diehard people, purists, but I really value community. I really value guys getting involved in the series, and I think it's a fun way to kind of up the ante a little bit, you know? This mad race, this mad dash for getting you guys on our teams. Because we want the channel, we want active users, and we want you guys to be watching and enjoying the series and rooting for something, right? So anyway, that's how channel points works. That is how the custom players are going to work for the Pack 16. I know it's a little bit weird of an example for UConn, but just mix and match here with the team builder teams and all that, and I think you guys understand it. But really, the name of the game here is I have to have a way to communicate with you, and I have to have a way for you guys to see where you're at with channel points. How many points do you have, and how much does everything cost? This is how I'm able to communicate with you guys how everything works, how I keep things fair, how I keep things organized, and yeah, just so things aren't game breaking or series breaking. A lot of rules and stuff to remember. I get it, it's a lot, but again, it's there not because I like structure. It's there because I want you guys for this to be fair for everybody, and I want it to be worth your while, and for it to not to ruin the series. So that's why these things are here. So guys, if you have any questions at all, if you're interested in custom players, if you're interested in learning more about channel points, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to explain it to you. Again, it is a lot for some people to understand, and that's fine. But I feel like it's something different that this channel offers that other channels don't, right? I love getting you guys involved in my series. I love having community involvement. It makes me feel good when you guys are invested and involved, and you're rooting for something, and you're rooting for your player, and yeah, it makes me feel good. But yeah, so channel points here on the spreadsheet. Check it out if you want to know how many you have, and if you don't have any, well, it's time to start earning some, man. It's time to start earning some so you can get yourself a player and make him better and be a part of the series. But yeah, join the Discord if you're not in there yet. And again, if you have any questions at all, if you're confused as crap, let me know in the comment section. I'll be sure to comment back and let you know how everything works. So anyway, that's it. Guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.